You can do all you know to do. You can plan, prepare, strategize, and still find yourself in the middle of a storm that none of your wisdom could predict. You can read every book, follow every rule, do everything they told you was right, and yet life will still hit you in a way that makes you question your own strength. There comes a time when your intellect fails, your circle can't help you, your emotions betray you, and your body feels too tired to take one more step. That's when you learn really learn that it was never your strength holding you together in the first place. See, we like to think we're strong until we come face to face with something that knocks the wind out of us. You thought you were in control until the diagnosis came, until the job ended, until the betrayal hit, until the dream fell apart, until the phone call changed everything. And suddenly your strength is gone, your hands are shaking, your voice is trembling, and all the things you used to lean on just don't work anymore. But in that place, right there in that place where your own power breaks down, you meet a strength that doesn't come from this world. You meet a grace that steadies your feet. You find out that the same God who watched you take your first breath is the one who's been quietly keeping you from falling apart. When your strength runs out, his begins asterisk. When your logic can't solve it, his wisdom takes over asterisk. When your grip loosens, he holds tighter asterisk. And what's so powerful about that kind of strength is that it shows up in your weakest moments. It doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It shows up in the chaos. It shows up when your heart is shattered and your mind is confused. It shows up when all you've got is a whisper of faith and a flicker of hope, and somehow, he gives you just enough to keep going, just enough to take the next breath, just enough to lift your head one more time. You didn't hold yourself together. That would have been impossible. The pain was too deep, the pressure was too heavy, the darkness was too thick. But there's a force greater than your fear, stronger than your pain, and deeper than your doubt. That force wrapped itself around your soul and said, "You will not break." So don't ever think your survival was your own doing. Don't ever think you made it by your will alone. Because the truth is, when your knees buckled and your back was against the wall, it wasn't your might that held you together. It was grace, it was power, it was a divine strength that lifted you when nothing else could. That asterisk is what got you through. There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream, it whispers. A kind of hurt that doesn't show up in bruises, but lingers in silence. You can walk into a room, smile like everything's all right, shake hands, laugh at jokes, and still be dying on the inside. People don't always see the weight you're carrying, because some burdens don't make noise. Some struggles aren't public. They don't post on social media. They don't ask for help. They suffer in silence. But let me tell you something that will bring peace to your weary soul. Even when nobody else sees it, God sees it asterisk. Even when you can't find the words to describe what's wrong, he already knows. When your tears fall on your pillow in the middle of the night, and you wipe them away before anybody notices, he's counting everyone. Not a single sigh escapes his attention, not a single groan goes unheard. He is the one who searches the deep places of the heart, the places you've hidden from everyone else. You see, people judge the outside. They look at your performance, your posture, your appearance. But God looks deeper. He sees the real you, the one that shows up after the crowd leaves and the lights go out, the one who questions their worth, the one who wonders, how much longer can I do this? The one who's tired of being strong for everybody else. You're not weak because you cry. You're not faithless because you hurt. You're not failing because you feel like you're barely holding on. That silent suffering doesn't disqualify you. It draws God closer to you because He is near to the broken-hearted. He draws close to the crushed in spirit. When everyone else walks by, He stops. When others overlook your pain, He leans in. And don't be fooled. Just because others don't acknowledge your struggle doesn't mean God has abandoned you in it. Sometimes He allows the silence not to punish you, but to pull you closer. Sometimes He lets the noise fade so you can finally hear His voice. That gentle whisper that says, "You are not alone. I am with you. I see you. I know. And I care." You thought no one noticed the battle behind your smile. But He did. You thought nobody saw how hard it is to get up in the morning and face another day. But He did. You thought your pain was invisible. But it's not invisible to the one who made you. He doesn't just know asterisk what asterisk you're going through. He knows asterisk how asterisk it feels. And He promises that your tears are not in vain. So don't let the silence fool you. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. The one who matters most is paying the closest attention. And in your quietest moments, when your soul is tired and your words run out, He steps in and becomes your voice, your comfort, your strength. People can love you and still leave. They can clap for you in the light, but walk away from you in the dark. They can be loyal when you're strong, but silent when you're struggling. That's the reality of life. People are unpredictable. One moment they're with you, cheering you on, calling your name. The next moment you can't find them. Their absence echoes louder than their words ever did. And in those lonely places, when the crowd disappears and the phone stops ringing, you discover something powerful. God doesn't walk away. When others exit, He enters. When people forget you, He remembers. When they move on, He stays right there. He's not a seasonal supporter. He's not a fair weather friend. He doesn't leave when it gets hard. He doesn't change His mind when your circumstances shift. His love doesn't fluctuate with your performance. He's steady, constant, unwavering. And that's the kind of presence you need when life falls apart. Some of you have been through the kind of hurt that words can't touch, abandonment that cut deeper than betrayal. You trusted them, you counted on them, you thought they would be there, and they weren't. You showed up for them, but when it was your turn, the seat was empty. That kind of pain can make you question your worth. It can make you think you're unlovable, unworthy, unwanted. But that's a lie from the pit of hell. Because people may leave, but their departure doesn't define your value. The one who matters most never left. He was there when they turned their back. He was there when you cried alone. He was there when the silence was deafening. He was there when your trust was shattered, and He never flinched. He didn't hesitate. He stayed, even when you questioned Him, even when you doubted, even when you were angry, confused, or numb. He stayed. That kind of presence isn't found in people. It's found in God. You see, He's not intimidated by your weakness. He's not scared off by your mess. He's not like people. He doesn't break promises. He doesn't ghost you. He doesn't quit on you. When everybody else leaves you empty, He fills you up. When the world leaves you broken, He begins to rebuild. So let the people go. If they walked away, let them walk. If they gave up on you, let them go. Because what left your life wasn't holding you. Asterisk He was. asterisk, and as long as he is with you, you have everything you need. He will send new strength. He will surround you with new peace. He will remind you that your worth was never tied to who stayed or who left. Your worth is found in the one who never lets go. He is faithful. He is present. He is the friend who sticks closer than a brother. And when everyone else walked away, you are still here. Let that sink in. You've been through storms that tried to drown you. You've walked through fires that tried to burn away your identity. You've carried weights that would have crushed a weaker soul. But look at you. You're still standing, still breathing, still waking up each morning, even if your body feels tired and your heart feels heavy. That alone is a testimony. That's not chance. That's not coincidence. That's not random. That's asterisk asterisk grace asterisk asterisk. You don't need a stage, a microphone, or a pulpit to testify. Your life asterisk is asterisk the testimony. Your survival tells the story. People don't know what it took just for you to smile again. They don't understand the warfare you endured just to show up to life. But heaven knows, heaven saw it all, the sleepless nights, the silent tears, the moments you almost gave up. The prayers you couldn't even speak out loud, and yet through it all, you're still here. That's not because you're lucky. It's because your asterisk kept asterisk. You were kept when anxiety tried to choke your faith. You were kept when grief wrapped itself around your soul. You were kept when shame whispered, "You're not enough." You were kept when fear told you, "You're not going to make it." But grace spoke louder. Mercy stood taller. Love reached deeper. You didn't pull yourself out of the pit asterisk. You were pulled asterisk. You didn't navigate your way through every dark valley. You were led. And the hands that carried you weren't human. They were divine. That's why you didn't lose your mind. That's why you didn't stay broken. That's why, even when everything else fell apart, asterisk, you didn't asterisk. Something greater was holding you. You survived what was sent to destroy you. You outlasted the attack. And no, you're not where you want to be yet, but you are no longer where you used to be. You may still be healing, but at least now you're not bleeding. You may still be walking through the ashes, but the fire didn't consume you. Don't be ashamed of what you had to walk through. Don't be embarrassed about the battles you've had to fight, because every scar is a badge of honor. Every struggle is proof that the enemy did not win. Every breath in your body is evidence that purpose is still alive in you. You are a walking reminder that God's grace is real, that His power is perfect, that His presence is enough. So don't hide your story, share it, celebrate it. Let the world know that survival is sacred, that brokenness isn't the end, that the fact you're still here means asterisk. There's more asterisk. Your survival is not small. It's not something to brush off. It is divine evidence that when everything said you shouldn't have made it, grace said otherwise, and asterisk asterisk grace had the final word. Asterisk asterisk brokenness has a way of making you believe it's over. When life comes crashing down, when everything you've built starts to crumble, when the pieces of your dreams are scattered across the floor, you start to wonder if you'll ever be whole again. It feels final. It feels hopeless. It feels like the end. But what you call broken, God calls a beginning. What looks like destruction is often the doorway to transformation. We live in a world that hides brokenness, covers it, denies it, runs from it. But God moves in broken places. He doesn't need perfection to display His power. He doesn't need a polished vessel. He works with the shattered. He breathes on the scattered. He gathers the fragments and uses them for glory. What men would throw away, God picks up. What others call worthless, God calls chosen. There is something holy about the breaking, because in the breaking, pride is stripped. In the breaking, self-reliance dies. In the breaking, you stop depending on your own understanding and start leaning on the one who never fails. It's in that place of surrender that power begins to flow. Not your power, His power, not your plan, His purpose. You see, the breaking didn't come to destroy you. It came to build you. It came to uncover the parts of you that needed healing. It came to uproot what you didn't know was killing your soul. It came to prepare you for something greater than what you had. You thought the brokenness was a curse, but it was really a setup, a divine setup, because some things only grow after the soil has been disturbed. Some blessings are only born through the pain of breaking. Don't despise what broke you. Don't curse what crushed you. Because what crushed you is now creating something in you, wisdom, compassion, patience, strength. There's an anointing that comes from brokenness that comfort can never produce. There's a depth, a clarity, a power that only comes when you've had to pick yourself up with tears in your eyes and declare, I will not give up. And here's the truth, the glory doesn't come after the breaking. It rises from it. God doesn't wait for you to be fixed to use you. He uses you in it. Your brokenness is not the end of your purpose. It's the evidence of it. The very cracks you tried to hide are where His light shines the brightest. That's where healing flows. That's where testimony is born. So let the broken pieces speak. Let the pain preach. Let the scars remind you that grace was greater, because the thing that almost broke you didn't succeed. The enemy thought he had you, but what he didn't realize is that broken doesn't mean defeated. It means ready ready to be rebuilt, ready to be renewed, ready to walk into glory. Because brokenness is not the end. It's the beginning of a greater story. If people only knew what you made it through, they would understand why you praise the way you do. They would understand why your worship is so loud, why your walk is so determined, why your voice trembles with power when you speak. Because you are not here because everything went right. You're here because God brought you out. You are proof. Proof that deliverance is not a story in a book. It's real. It's alive. And you are walking evidence that He still reaches down into the pit and pulls His people out. You didn't just survive. You were delivered pulled out of what tried to bury you, rescued from what tried to break you. You were trapped in situations you didn't have the strength to escape, but a greater hand reached down and snatched you from the jaws of destruction. It wasn't therapy alone. It wasn't your own will. It wasn't the encouragement of friends. Those may have been part of the process, but the power behind the breakthrough came from heaven. You're not just standing. You're standing because He stood up for you. When the enemy came in like a flood, when life started to drown you, when the walls caved in and you couldn't breathe, He stepped in. He fought for you when you were too weak to fight for yourself. He made a way when there was no way. And not only did He bring you out, He brought you out with power, with testimony, with purpose, with fire in your bones. And now, when you open your mouth, chains start to break. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere shifts. Because you carry more than survival, you carry the scent of deliverance. People don't see it, but you know it. You know the depression that tried to lock you down. You know the addiction that tried to steal your future. You know the fear that crippled you, the shame that muzzled you, the guilt that tried to silence your voice. But you're still here, still declaring, still pushing, still rising. You are proof that what was meant to destroy you became the very ground God used to elevate you. That pain became the platform, that battle became the blessing, and every time you show up, the enemy is reminded that he lost, that his plan failed, that heaven had the final word. So don't shrink back. Don't downplay your story. Don't hide your scars. You earned every one of them through nights of crying, days of pressing, seasons of silence where it was only you and God. And he brought you through, he showed up, and now you are walking, talking proof that he still delivers that he still heals, that he still redeems, that he still breaks chains and sets captives free. You didn't just make it. You were delivered and you are proof that God still shows up for those who cry out in faith.